Now, the cutting across it means that the path the club takes on the way back will look slightly outside to you. So pick it up outside the line. We don't want to come inside behind us here. That's quite common with people. Now, this is a basic lofted shot, not a lob shot. Basic greenside shot that needs a bit of height, minimal run. Flying over the edge of a bunker, flying over some heavy rough, a hazard, and minimal run when it hits the green. So you've got to start thinking about how you want to play this shot now. So don't worry too much about the outcome yet. We want to commit to a process. Now, setting up for these shots, narrow stance. A lot of people are too wide with their feet. I like feet very close together and definitely feel like you're leaning on the left. Your right foot's quite light. Favouring the left, hands slightly forward, ball in the centre. Now face open slightly, because I want you to start picturing a slight slice swing that we need on this shot. So imagine you're playing a little cut across shot. You're drawing the left foot back from your target line. So the face is slightly open. You've drawn the left foot back. The reason why we do that is because we want the hip slightly open, because we're drawing across it without running the risk of snagging clothing here with the top end of the club. Because remember, we're down the handle here. We want to play an aggressive, committed shot that requires a nippy strike, gets the height, minimal run. We don't necessarily want distance, so we're cutting it all down to a short club. Now, the cutting across it means that the path the club takes on the way back will look slightly outside to you. So pick it up outside the line. We don't want to come inside behind us here. That's quite common with people. So leaning on the left, club up, pulling across. Pull across your left hip. An aggressive striking the match term that I like. I like that analogy a lot. Imagine the club head is the matchstick, striking board is the ground, and you're setting your club head on fire with that nice, brisk, committed strike. We don't care where it goes. Our process is an action that's from an open stance, slightly open face, an out and across type pulling action. That's what we want to try and think of doing, committing to the strike and not caring about the outcome. There we go. Now, remember, feel will come from a success rate of good strikes first. Just hit one good shot and build on that. We don't care about how close to the pin we get yet. We're just trying to get a nice little action going that produces a quality strike each time. A simple, repeatable action. So this was a lofted club, slightly open face. Taking it up outside the line and coming across to keep the face from closing. And we finish in a position where that club head still looks very much skywards. We don't want to close the hands down at all. So imagine at the end of the swing, when you've played an aggressive strike in the match type action, you got the strike, the weight finishes on the left side, you feel firm with the left wrist, and you can imagine that a glass of wine can stand on that club face. So when you're playing practice swings, find a nice patch of grass, look at that object, pretending it's the ball, set up as I described, and commit to that strike. Can you see it's an aggressive action? It's not very wristy and slow. I don't want you playing these shots where you're just trying to sort of help it up. You've got a higher success rate, and I'm going to say 80-20 rule for most of you, especially if you're only playing once a week. Assess the lie and then play a shot with minimal moving parts. Use the club. So the club goes outside and across your body, pulling across, keeping a firmness in that left wrist. So at the end of the swing, the club face is very much looking at the sky. Imagine balancing a glass of wine there. So when you're playing these shots, commit to getting the strike first before you worry about how close you're getting it to the flag. Get a consistent action going, then a consistent strike. Feel will come after that.